got to put the time in to do your testing, right? It's not rocket science, but you want to put your time in to do your testing. It's just that simple. Put our natural gas up. I'm going to reboot my platform, start fresh. And we are streaming. So let's start the right way. Okay, folks, good morning and welcome to the 10-Minute Trades Trade Room, the natural gas storage report. My name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the trading director of 10-Minute Trades. Please remember, all trades we discuss are for educational purposes. It is possible to lose money trading futures, so please trade carefully. All right, so we're going to be watching natural gas this morning. Let me just get rid of my pending homes recording. So pending homes, no response, no impact, no surprise, right? No surprise. It's a very dull, boring report, and it has been for a long time. Okay, so let's look at the daily market report on natural gas. Natural gas has been trading well. It's the most risky family money trade. Just keep that in mind. If you want to pass on natural gas, you can. I mean, it's working, but it is the riskiest of them all, in my opinion. Okay. But you could see it's 5 out of the last 6. It got stopped 3 weeks ago. So it has been trading well. Let's look at a couple of videos. Look at a couple of videos. I want to show you a picture. So I want to show you my office. Let me show you my office. All right. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Hold on. I'll show you my office. Okay, that's my office. A little sloppy this morning. 2 monitors, my musical keyboard. I have a nice outside, like not a balcony, but like a little yard. So that's the office I work in all the time. Whoop-de-doo. And then here's where trouble begins. That's me. That's today. 10 minutes ago. Then we got my favorite thing. See, we are human here at 10-Minute Trades. We are human. Let me make my car bigger. Look at the car. Is that unbelievable? Isn't that unbelievable? Look at that thing. See, the front fender, the whole car was totaled, right? The whole car was totaled. The tires are gigantic. The fender's a wreck. Somehow I got home. I don't know how I got home with it, but I got home with it. So I'm going to ride it until it catches fire. That's what I decided to do. I'm going to drive the car until it catches fire. When it catches fire, I'll jump out and I'll watch it burn. That's my plan for my car. That's a family money car. I call that a family money car. All right. Let's see. Anybody out there? Nobody's saying a word. Are you guys all right? You guys all right out there? Everybody alive? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You don't care? Nobody cares? All right. Last week, let's see. Last week, natural gas was the trade of the week. So you can't complain about that. What was last week? Last week was 521 or 520. 520. Here was natural gas. So this is a family money trade. It's definitely the riskiest of all of them. We made 150 last week in a nanosecond. That is a nanosecond. How do I know I made 150? Because it says it right here. Realized 150, and our profit was 315. We had made money on Australia jobs the night before, I believe. Yes, that's what it was. Australia jobs, we made money the night before. Then the week before, on the 13th of May, so I did pull the trigger. My bike's coming Saturday, if anybody cares. So I'm either going to die in my car or I'm going to die on a bike. 2 weeks ago, gas shot up. It gave us 150. That was a little bit nerve-wracking, that trade, because it was a little bit herky-jerky. A little bit herky-jerky. Nice trade. And then 3 weeks ago, natural gas stopped us out. That'll happen. Every trade is not going to work. Do I have the right trade? Yeah, the May 6th. May 6th. So it didn't even get to the first target, and it just reversed and got us. All right. So it stopped us. And then the week before that, natural gas was trade of the week. It just shot down. We only trade. Sometimes we just trade one contract. You can, because it is the riskiest family money trade, there's no shame in just trading one contract. You can do that if you want. You don't have to trade multiples on natural gas. Now, see, they're expecting a really large build. I think it's way too big of a build. I think it's too big of a build. 104, that would really be surprising to me if it's 104. Natural gas also, if you look at a 10-minute chart, you know, it's not like ultra, ultra, ultra volatile right now, today, since overnight. We've seen much more volatility than what we're seeing now previously. So it's not totally crazy today. And there's some interesting levels. You've got the PP, which is a little bit close, so it's only 3 ticks away. It'll probably test the PP before the trade. I'd rather see it hang around in this area so that we get a burst to either the high or the low. It's very narrow today. The high and the low are very close to each other. They're only 70 ticks away. So I'd rather see it just hang around and not be very volatile before the trade. That's what I would prefer. I don't, you know, I'm not sure we're going to get our wish. And let's look at, so this was the 29th. That's what the move looked like. It went all the way down, all the way down. So that was a quick 8 ticks, hit our plan. And then the 22nd of April, uh, 22nd of April, oh, we had existing homes that morning also. Did not work that morning. That is not a family money trade. Because the home reports have not been consistent. That's the problem. No consistency. Remember the 22nd, our broker would not let us trade natural gas. It was a winner. It was a really nice move, and we couldn't trade it. Very good move in April. Then we had another Twitter natural gas trade, April 15th, tax day, the old tax day. That popped up, worked very nicely. Hey, Chantal, I've got one more thing for you to do. I'm going to send you a quick email about it. And then I'm going to set up my natural gas trade. Okay, so how do you set up the trade? It's easy. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, why not give our stream a like and sign up for our channel and hit the notification bell, because we stream 4 times a week, and you'll know if you hit that bell, the notification, you'll know the next time we're going to be here. You'll know that we're going to be here this afternoon. Again today, 2 streams today. So our natural gas setup is a bracket of 5. Okay. 1 target for 5 ticks and 1 target for 10. You could do 5 and 8. You could do 5 and 8. Okay. If you trade 3 contracts, it'd be 5, 8, and 12. But, the responses, the reactions have not been that small lately. I think you're okay with a target of 5 and 10. Our stop is 15. And we're going to look at that because I think our stop might be too big. Our entry time is 10:29:59. I'm going to record this too. 10:29:59. Trading for real. Natural gas report. Okay. And I'll double check. I wanted to remind everybody you can register. Chantal, I don't know if you can post it on YouTube. Are you able to post the registration for the webinar on YouTube? No? How come you can't type on YouTube? All right, so here's our strategy setup. One more time. Bracket of 5. 1 target for 5 ticks, 1 target for 10 ticks, a stop of 15. Entry 10, 29:59. I must have put my entry in the wrong place. 10:29:59. It's a breakout, right? Trading for real, natural gas. And we'll check our time, make sure we're in sync. And we check to see if we're in sync by going to the website, time.is. And now I'm 2 seconds, 0.2 seconds ahead. So I use dimension 4, and I click the sync now button, and I watch this line that says synchronized, and I want the time to change, which it's doing every time I press the sync button. Then I close down my time and my dimension 4, and then I redo the whole procedure again from scratch. Time.is, I check, and if I'm in sync, and dimension 4 put me in sync. Okay. So I want to be in sync when I'm trading events. You want to be in sync when you're trading events. It's just normal. It's normal. It's not normal. It's the way we do things. So I really think that this build is too big. So I think there's going to be a drawdown. I think there's going to be less of a build. So let's say the build is 60 or 80. It might drive the price up. Okay. It might drive the price up. I really think that there won't be that big of a build. I could be wrong, but it's just what I think. I never trade based on what I think. Okay? I'm not trading or doing anything differently because I think that their forecast might be wrong. 106. Now it's interesting, Financial Juice is 106 on their projection. Forex Factory, which is the other calendar, Financial Juice is another news site that we use, and their projection is 106 billion on the forecast. And then we also use Forex Factory, and their projection is 105. Everybody has a different projection today, every calendar. And we're seeing this more and more often since this world crisis began. There is just less consistency in everything, in absolutely everything. We just have less and less consistency. It's how things go. It's how things have been going. It's not anybody's fault. You know, it might be. I have a theory that part of the inconsistencies or people, have not all been back in their offices. You don't have all that face-to-face communication that we used to have. We're starting to get more of that now as people go back to work. Now, I wonder, how about for you? If you used to work in an office, type in if you're going back to the office now. Are you going back to the office, or are you going to continue working at home? Or have you been working in the office ever since, all the way through? Type in if you work in an office, if you're going back to the office. Mark, in your office, everyone is back and they're not wearing masks. You know, it's complicated. No one's going to wear a mask because Americans are ignorant. It's just the way it is. There are certain times when you still should wear a mask. And anyone who says that a mask doesn't help is ignorant. The science is there. Just look at how little flu there was this year because everyone was wearing a mask. You know, you don't need rocket science to figure a lot of things out. That's the truth. Most people are not going to wear a mask. 50%, I think 50% of the US population has one shot. And also, if you think the vaccines don't work, then you have to have your head examined, because otherwise we wouldn't be where we are now, with cases dropping dramatically. It's just, you can't argue the science, no matter what. It's inarguable. And yes, there are random cases of people having reactions, etc., etc., etc. But if you'd rather, be wearing a mask for the rest of your life and never having a normal life, then don't get vaccinated, because that's what it would mean. If 50% of the population wasn't smart enough to get vaccinated, everybody would still be home and cases would be rising. I don't know anybody with mumps. I don't know anybody with measles. So it's not that complicated. And the vaccines don't change your DNA. Sorry. Let's watch the trade. I've ranted enough. I don't usually rant. I don't like to rant. But I'm getting more and more aggravated as I live. Way more aggravated. All right. Natural gas. Absolutely, Mark. People are going to say they're vaccinated even when they're not, because that's what they do. But you can just simply look at the countries where things are returning to normal. Those are the countries with the highest level of vaccinations. I mean, it's not rocket science. Look at India. They can't get vaccinated, and it's a disaster. They're begging for vaccines, begging for them. So natural gas, what's going to happen today? I'm not crazy about that candle. I don't mind telling you. Not crazy about that wacky candle. We checked our time. We're in sync. So we got 2 minutes to go. And then we'll be back at 12:30, right? 12:30 for the 7-year note auction. And we are streaming live the 7-year note auction also. Okay? We are streaming live. So now is not really the time to talk. But I wonder if people are going away this weekend, staying home. I wonder what everybody's doing. I wonder who wrote the book of love. I wonder who wrote the book of love. I am a bass. I am a bass. I definitely have lost my mind in the past month. There's no question. You do this long enough, you lose your mind. There's no other explanation. You have to lose your mind trading in front of people over and over and over. I've definitely lost my mind. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down in the words. Who wrote that? How wonderful life is when you're in the world. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind if I put down in the words. You got it, Zozo. Zoso. Elton John. 1971, the year music changed the world. Incredible movie on Apple TV. Highly recommend it. I think there's 8 episodes, and it's amazing. It's really amazing. Something special. Great documentary. If you love music like I do. Okay, I took $100. I combined my targets just to grab 2 5-tick targets because it wasn't giving me the response. And the interesting thing, folks, is there was a big build. So I didn't panic, but I didn't like the move. So I combined my orders with the combine button, and I'll show you how to do that on the video. And it still looks like it went far enough to hit both targets, but there was a lot of slippage also. A lot of slippage, okay? Now, I'm not a braggart, but that was a good trade. I feel that I saved that trade by thinking fast, and I'll show you why. It just, even though the build was there, and look, it's still, you got your targets, but it was very possible it could have reversed. It was acting like it wanted to reverse. It had all the elements of a natural gas reverse that didn't take place. And sometimes, I don't mind making $100 on a natural gas trade. Do you know that our account is now over 16 grand? $16,008. We're up over almost $1,000 since we started Family Money Trades. And I'm not trading that big yet. Slowly but surely, I'm making trades bigger. Okay? Making trades bigger. So now you can tell me who's going away. I'll get the video ready. Who's going away for the weekend? We made $100. YouTube, you got to give us a like. You got to give us a like. Who's going away for the holiday? Who's staying home? What are you doing for the holiday? Anything? Do you care about the holiday? It's Memorial Day. It's a meaningful holiday. It's not a holiday. It's a Memorial Day. We've turned it into a holiday because that's what Americans do. We turn everything into the wrong thing. But what can you say? A lot of people will sadly go to a cemetery and pay homage to somebody who gave everything so that we could do what we're doing, right? And I thank you for your service, if you did your service. So type in and tell me what you're doing for the weekend. I'd like to know. You are my family. I want to know what my family's doing. What are you all doing? I want to know if I can come over for a barbecue. Where'd your kids go, Fred? Calvin, it's not that I take the losers in Eric's account. Calvin, let me be clear. Calvin, let me be clear so you know the truth. Calvin, let me give you the truth, all right? You're very funny. Calvin, I wish you lived near me because I think you probably are hilarious to hang around with. You're really a funny person. So this other account, Calvin, is it's our original account. It's our original account. And we, instead of closing it, when we opened this new account for 10-minute trades, we just decided to keep it and do our test trading in that account. And then when we started doing this family money thing, we decided we'd just do the non-family money trades in there. But they're not all losers. I actually got that account. That account's been moving up also. Not dramatically, because I will take more risks in that account to see if a trade's working. But that's the truth about the different accounts. Chantal has no long weekend. Fred, where are your kids going? So natural gas, we could have gotten our 150. We got 100. Got 2 targets for 5 ticks. And, very honestly, I'm happy to have made the 100. I thought I was going to get stopped on that trade. It looked a little bit worrisome in its behavior, okay? It looked a little bit worrisome in its behavior. So let's look at the trade and see why it was a little bit tricky. I'm just taking a picture. If you made money, if you made money this week, can you send me some screenshots? I need screenshots for my webinar. Folks, here's the webinar link. Will you please register for the webinar and come? We're going to have a gigantic sale. I'm telling you, the best sale we ever had. No joke. It's the best sale we ever had this week, and members can take advantage of it. Hopefully. Depends. Nope, you can. We always figure it out for members. We never don't give you an opportunity. So price is moving down on natural gas. Big build, 115. I didn't think it would be that big. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think it could do it. Here's the trade. But the behavior of the trade, it acted like it was going to stop. And there was a lot of weird volatility before the trade also. Don't you all agree? And there was a lot of slippage. We did get a lot of slippage on this trade. So the news came out, the price burst down, and I got a very bad fill. Look, bottom of the candle, bottom of the original candle. And, you know, we got lucky. That's why I combined my targets, because I thought I was going to get stopped. When you get a bottom of the fill candle and then still make money, what saved us was the gigantic build. That's what saved the trade, okay? But that's why I took my profit. I really felt that it was going to reverse. It just had that behavior right there. It really had that kind of reversal behavior. But it didn't. But we still made $100. That's why it's nice to trade multiple contracts. You make that a little bit extra money. But we still need to trade bigger on the family money trades. All right. Any questions? Folks, we'll be back for bonds, okay? We will be back for bonds. Any questions? Everybody's good? Chantal, I guess you could end the stream. Thank you, folks on YouTube. Give us a like, sign up for our channel, and you'll know when we're streaming the next time, okay? And I'll see everybody at 12:30 for the 7-year bond, 7-year note auction. 7-year notes. It's not a bond. It's a note. 7-year notes. All right? So I'll see everybody later. Have a good morning, rest of your morning. Some of you it's afternoon. I know. Did anyone trade this with me? Anybody trade it? Natural gas is a little bit scary. I admit it. Natural gas can be scary. Now, you did get a 30-second reversal signal